Have you ever been denied by a friend? Maybe you see a friend in a mall or in a public place, and they are greeting the person, and the person is telling you, I do not know you. Even if you have never had such experience, just imagine how it would be, how you would feel, how you would take it. In today's readings of the 21st Sunday in Ordinary Time, we see Jesus warning us that this can be a possibility on the last day, the day of reckoning. The readings of today inform us of the universal call to salvation. God created us that we may share His life, the divine life. He created us in His own image. The Catechism asks, why did God make you? So God made me to know Him, to love Him, to serve Him in this world, that I may be with Him in the next world. Sin brought a distortion to this intention of God, to this will of God, yet it was not a destruction, because God remedied that in the person of Jesus Christ from that very moment. And today's readings are reminding us of this intention of God. The first reading from the book of Isaiah 66 from verse 18 to 21 tells us, and it is the Lord who speaks, I am coming to gather the nations of every language. The nations of every language. The universal call to salvation. From wherever they are scattered because of their sins, because of their rejection of God, because they have not accepted God. Wherever they are scattered, I will bring them. As an offering to the Lord, they will bring all your brothers from all the nations to my holy mountain in Jerusalem. Imagine. And this invitation comes with its own missionary activity. If God has extended this to us, He calls us to bring people into His own mountain, on His mountain. And the psalmist continues this. Go out to the whole world, proclaim the good news. How do we proclaim the good news? How do we make Him known? And that is where the gospel today then becomes a warning. If we do not make known the message of God's salvation, if we do not go out to the whole world to proclaim Him, to bring other people, to gather people from all over, then on that day, we'll be telling Him, you passed through our street, we ate with you, you preached in our street. I will tell you, I do not know you, go away from me. This is not to scare us, but to call us back to our vocation as Christians, followers of Christ, those who have undertaken to make Him known to others, to gather others. into the same fold, into the same flock. The second reading reminds us of our identity, who we are in God. We are His children. And if you are His child, then you must live like one. Whoever the author to the letter to the Hebrews is, says, have you forgotten that encouraging text in which you are addressed as sons, as children? My son, when the Lord corrects you, do not treat it lightly. Do not get discouraged when He reprimands you. He goes on to tell us that a father punishes a son that he loves. Sometimes we get to people discouraged. We hear them say, oh, God has abandoned me, and as such, I can't go to church. I can't worship Him. I can't love Him. Is that really abandonment from the part of God? The author is telling us that God chastises those He loves. Through sufferings, He allows this suffering as a way, a pathway to bringing them back. I don't know what difficulty or challenge or suffering or sacrifice you are making. I'm not praying that God should take that away from you. But I'm praying that God will open the eyes of your faith for you to understand that this is a pathway, a stage in your life to that greatness that He Himself has planned for you. I am praying that God will give you the grace, the broad shoulder to carry that cross that He has given you. Crosses come in different sizes. Recently, I told someone that God gives the fiercest battles to His best soldiers. And he asked me, when did we agree for this battle? You don't have to agree. He knows you are capable. He knows you can do that. He has prepared you, and He continues to prepare you by the things you encounter in life. We are told suffering is part of your training. John of the Cross tells us, whenever we think that God has abandoned us or that our treatment is worse, then let us look up to the cross and see how He treated His beloved Son, and compare that to your own suffering. But through that cross, through that passion, eventually salvation came. There was a crown of glory. And it is that Son that is teaching us today, try your best to enter by the narrow door. Try your best. Let those words not be heard. I do not know you. I do not know where you're coming from. But when we have conscientiously done our job, then we hear, come, the beloved of my Father, and enjoy the kingdom prepared for you since the beginning of the world. My dear friends, let us not allow the sufferings of this world that is transitory to deny us the joy that will be ours in eternity. Let us run to God. Let us be faithful to Him. Let us listen to Him. Let us ask Him to open our minds, to make us disposed, to give us the grace understand at every point in our lives what He is doing, how He is schooling us through the school of suffering and crosses. And let us make efforts to become the missionaries, those that we go to proclaim by the way we live our lives this message of eternity. And let these words of the psalmist remain in our minds and on our lips. Go out to the whole world and proclaim the good news.